Okay, look, I was wrong. Solo leveling Ragnarok, it's actually pretty good. Now listen, I'm just gonna be honest with you. A while ago, I dropped a video when I was walking in a park and I was just kind of trashing solo leveling Ragnarok. Can anyone really get stronger than Sun Jin Woo? What's the point of having this? I really hope that it's not just straight up a money grab type of thing, you know? I hadn't read anything. I didn't read the light novel. I didn't read any of the manhwa yet. But I was just thinking to myself, solo leveling, it was so good already. Why would we need a sequel? I mean, we saw everything that we needed. All right, let's check out this thread by some idiot named Weavedraw. He thought that solo leveling was a complete legacy. I mean, it was a complete story. We saw Sung Jin Woo go from the world's weakest to becoming a force capable of clapping monarchs' cheeks. I mean, not just any of them, pretty much all of them. And by the end of the story, and then after the stories, we got to see Sung Jin Woo become a father. And I mean, that just felt like a full, complete thing already, right? But that's where I was wrong. I thought that we were going to see something like Goten and Dragon Ball GT, right? Where back in GT, we thought, yeah, I know it's not canon, but we thought that we were going to see a story that was going to expand upon Goku's children. We were tired of seeing Goku, but instead they just wanted to shrink him and turn him into a little kid. Like, no, dude, we wanted to see your kids. We wanted to see that happen. What was going to happen there? What was the legacy you left behind? What's up with your offspring? But that's what we actually got here. My fault here. I thought Jinwoo was just gonna have a clone. I thought his son, Sung Suho, I thought he was just gonna be a clone. But I was totally wrong here because his son is actually super different. I mean, we're all kind of seeing it now when it comes to anime. I know you guys are keeping up with the anime, and we see now that Jinwoo is starting to get pretty cold, and people are liking that about him. They like how cold and how ruthless he is. But his son, you know, he has a little bit of warmer personality. See, I mean, I really thought he was gonna be just a straight up duplicate, but the only time you really see him be like Jinwoo is actually when they're fighting. That's when he gets just as fierce as him, but how he operates on a daily, it's a little bit different. It's like, yeah, it is a change of pace. It's nice to see that, and it's nice to see that there is room for potential of a father-son dynamic. Because if you got two guys acting the same way all the time, is that really cool? Not really. Do you hang out with people that are just like you? Probably. I hope not, because that would be kind of boring. Like you're basically talking to yourself in the mirror. But I'm over here talking to you. So the story itself, I wasn't sure where they're going to go with it, right? And that's where I thought it was going to be pretty weak, because I thought that the story with solo leveling, it was a lot. I mean, Jinwoo was already spending 30 plus years fighting alone. Hey, okay, dude, that's pretty epic. What else are you going to add to it? Well, right off the bat, they do change that. I mean, so we knew solo leveling. We had the monarchs, the absolute beings, but what else was out there? We didn't really know. If there were other threats, were they just going to be more of the same? I don't know. That's what I expected, but I was wrong. So Ragnarok took the world we knew and it expanded upon it, which is true. And this guy might be onto something. So we get some fresh lore, and it kept some of the standard things intact, like gate raids, dungeons. I thought it'd be hard to make it interesting, but the author found a way to make it feel like a next-gen story. Yeah, you know, this Weavestrong guy, he might be onto something. But one of the ways Suho differs from his dad is how he fights. And I think this is a huge one, because what made solo leveling for me was pretty much the fights, right? Because if I had bad fights, I'm not sure I would really care. The story isn't really too crazy. I mean, the story is the title, solo leveling. It's about how this dude just keeps leveling up on his own, getting hella strong. That's cool. I mean, that's the true premise of the story. And yeah, you could argue about everything with the whole monarchs, everything. But at the end of the day, if Jinwoo doesn't get stronger, if he doesn't battle it out, nobody really cares. So basically, if he has fights that aren't fun, no one's gonna care. So, given the title, I thought Suho's power-ups were gonna be related to leveling up solo. I mean, it's a solo leveling sequel, right? But Sung Jin Woo was truly a solo leveler. His son, not really so much. And yeah, I'll be giving a little spoilers here and there. It is what it is. I like how here in Ragnarok, we actually get to see the fighting in the universe with teammates. I mean, it's quite different. And yeah, we get teammates with the shadow soldiers, but it's a little bit different when they're not your shadow soldier. You know what I mean? Like, death means something else. There's a little bit difference. You can't just revive them again with more mana. Once they're gone, they're gone. And you kind of have that teamwork, that teammate, the camaraderie. The aspect is a little bit different when it's actual life. Now, back here, I was saying it's a nice change from the predecessor, aka solo leveling, the first one. And we see nothing but armies of shadows, but here we get more character depth with Suho's allies and the unique fighting combos. And without getting into too much spoilers, yeah, you do really see a lot of unique fighting combinations truly integrated into the fighting. Not just fighting, but the gear itself that he'd be wearing. I mean, now we're just talking about just between the story, the personality of the sun, and the fighting. Those three things are similar enough to solo leveling to make solo leveling fans like Ragnarok, but different enough for it to be different. Some people like sequels to be just the exact same thing of what you've had before, and I'm like that too sometimes. But in this case, I was bagging on solo leveling Ragnarok for being something that I thought was unoriginal. I thought it was just gonna be solo leveling part 2 type of thing, but I was wrong. So if you're looking for a true sequel, you'll probably get it. I highly recommend checking this one out. All right, y'all, if you like talking about manhwa, manga, anime, webtoons, I'm here for it. Just do me a favor, hit one of those buttons down below, as long as it's not the thumbs down. Peace.